James?
Dad?
Isn't it bedtime for you?
I guess.
So we're going to let it ride for maybe 30 minutes or so. Is that all right?
30 minutes for me to stay awake, or 30 minutes otherwise?
Well, we're going to... I'm not going to body slam you into bed right now.
Oh no.
I'm just going to let you have an extra 30 minutes tonight. How's that sound?
Yes.
Okay. So, Closets and Cocktails is going to look a little bit different tonight. My partner in crime, my normal partner in crime, the OG, Birdie, is not in town this week. Do you know where she is?
Utah.
What's she doing?
Skiing.
Skiing in Utah, I believe. Anyway, the point is that she is not with us tonight, and we were going to talk about laundry rooms. But we switched it up a little bit. And last night, we posted on the Birdie Brennan account that we're going to have a special guest for Closets and Cocktails. And I believe that this is episode 6 at this point in time. And this is our first guest appearance.
Yay.
And so we're going to have 3 guests, 1 smaller, 2 bigger. And we're just going to come in. We're going to talk about some of the things that Birdie has alluded to and Birdie has talked about with solutions, especially for storage. And so we wanted to have this conversation, but not have it from a position of being a professional organizer, and not even having it being from the position of being a dad or a parent. We wanted to come at it from the position of well, what do kids think about this? And you can see behind us a closet system that James had installed in his room, and his brothers had installed in their room, and we'll get to those 2 kids here in a little bit. But we're going to talk about some of the other issues with it and kind of walk through. And James, I'm going to give you plenty of time to talk.
Yay.
But I wanted to start with the why of why we're doing this, right? So we've been in this house for how long, James?
Since I was, I think, 2.
And how old are you?
Now 9.
So how many?
To turn 10.
So how many years is that?
About 7.
Yeah, it's about 7.5. It'll be about 8 years. Hold on a second. What are we drinking tonight?
Hot chocolate and beer.
Hot chocolate and beer. What do you have?
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, I get the beer tonight. Anyway, so we've been in this house for, it's going to be 8 years this coming September, and you were probably, what, in a crib at that point?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe the crib was over here or something where the frog is now, the never dying frog.
I got
And
when I was 5.
and so, you know, one of the things that we talk about, especially with kids, is the fact that, I mean, they never stop growing, right? I mean, you never stop eating.
True.
True.
Only because I like chugging water.
Yeah. A lot of other stuff too there, kid. So anyway, kids never stop eating, they never stop growing, and as a result, the needs that you have around your house just end up changing. Would you agree with that?
Kind of.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you disagree with?
A lot of the needs are the same because one of the needs is you need to do the chores.
Yeah, so you do get more responsibility.
But I could also agree with you on that because when I was a lot younger, when we first moved into this house, and maybe 2 or 3 following years, I probably didn't have to do chores.
True. So you're going to be 10 years old this year. You do get more responsibilities. You do get more chores, and I'm going to fold that back into the closet conversation here in a second. Okay. All right. Now I know that you had, you know, a crib over here at one point in time. You have your own bed. The dogs sleep on your bed. You have a desk that the cameras are sitting on here right now, and so your needs change. Well, when you think about it, you know, previously when we moved into the house, do you remember what was in your closets?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it was just the traditional wire racking that you see, right? And you see all the houses and all the apartments going up in Franklin County and Central Ohio, and you normally have one piece of wire rack that goes across the top. Well, You stand up for me. Maybe you could reach it now. Go ahead.
What?
Just reach up. How high can you reach up? So even at that point in time, he may or may not have been able to reach where that wire racking was. But a couple years after that, I put in a second row of wire racking. But we also got to the point where he was just outgrowing it. And I'm also going to take some blame on this one. You ready for this?
Maybe.
Mom and Dad used to store a lot of stuff in his closet. So all the keepsake stuff.
Because my closet was the biggest of Jackson and Jared's and mine.
That's right. We all the keepsake, all the baby clothes, everything, right? Just stuff it in a bag and throw it in James's closet.
Yeah, I remember having like 3 plastic boxes, maybe about like a foot tall, a foot wide, and like 1.5 feet long. 3 of them, and they were all in my closet. They could have went in their closet, they could have went in Jackson and Jared's closet.
I agree.
But since mine is the biggest, they put it in mine.
Yeah, and I think that they were bigger than a foot by a foot by a foot. I mean, I think that they're like the big tubs you would see at like a Walmart or Target or something like that. So the point is, you know, James has been growing, going to be a double-digit kid here soon, and the needs of the family just change. They alter over time. And so what you end up getting, what you end up seeing is new, bigger clothes, bigger needs, things like that. We have one camera go off. So, James, could you do me a favor? I want you to tell me what your favorite part is about the new closet.
My favorite part is about the new closet is probably that it's a lot more organized. I did not like it when I had a bunch of stuff just on a shelf / wire rack. It was just like that. It just wasn't that fun. Like, I would have so much stuff on one rack, and then it was just hard to figure out where everything was. So, like, sometimes I would, if I was putting clothes away, I would mix up where I put my shirts and my pants, and I just couldn't keep track of where stuff went. So that's one of the reasons why I like the new closets, because I now separate individual drawers that have nice shiny handles and a little bit of space for it. And I also like all the shelves like that don't have a drawer to it, because like I can put the stuff that I want in there, because I have 2 of them filled with books, some filled with stuff I don't usually use, some I have a piggy bank, G for my first name, and art project I did in 2nd grade, and then I have just one of like a picture of me and my brothers and a cousin, and a lot of other stuff that I really enjoy to have, and then something that I like to do crafts with.
So could I mention something here?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if this looks like a lot of stuff to you. I will tell you though, you have plenty more space for things as you grow and as you get into it, right? So like Figment from Disney World, Cross, all the books that you talked about, all the baskets that you've talked about. Like we have, right, your craft stuff in here. So when you look at all these things, right, generally where would these be before this?
Probably just somewhere on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with that. Somewhere on the floor. And now they have a space. Now one of the things you guys can't see that we're going to show you here in a second is that, the walls come out here on both sides, and so we have storage space on both sides as well. And, what do you see over here?
Suitcases.
How many?
And 3 suitcases.
Right.
For us 3 kids. Jackson and Jared don't have enough space for them, so we all decided, why don't we just put them in my room? Because there is a space that I didn't use, and I thought, well, I only put my suitcase there. I bet it could hold more, because it's a lot taller than just my suitcase. So I just asked Jackson and Jared if they wanted to put theirs in there. They said sure, and now it has actually like something that will actually like take up a lot of space. Well, not that much space, but like it makes more sense to put 3 suitcases there instead of just 1.
Perfect, right? So it's out of the way.
Mhm.
You don't have to see it. It's not hidden under your bed. It's not anywhere else. But you're able to get 3 times as much space and still use all of that.
Mhm.
Now, we have all of our school shirts here,
Mhm.
and vests, and pullovers and things like that. And we use these on a day-to-day basis, so they're right there where you can see them,
Yeah,
right?
except for the weekends, but
Right.
it's like still good for occasions, like picture day at school, like
Perfect. Okay, so
stuff like that.
let me ask you a question, and you might not know the answer to this, but that's all right. As you get older, what's one thing that you could grow into or change with this closet?
I'm probably gonna have a lot more books,
Okay.
so like I might take 1 space out and probably put like more books that I need for school there, stuff like that. I mean, this top drawer, I barely have a lot of stuff that I actually use because it's just drawing materials. I haven't really used them that much, but otherwise, the books, I've read a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. I like that, right? And I think as a parent, you like to hear that you're going to use the things that you can have access to and see. And we always like the answer of we're going to read more books.
Especially my teacher, because she loves books.
So is your mom.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you, because you are a teacher. And
I'm a lot of things.
yes,
Okay.
businessman, teacher,
Okay.
closet man, stuff like that.
So Grayson, let's do me a favor. We're going to take people on a quick tour of the closet. So I need you to grab the phone, which is our Instagram feed. Okay. I'll grab the iPad, which is our Facebook feed, and we're going to show people the insides this way. We'll come across and we'll show them this way as well, and then we'll go find
Jackson, you're it?
guest number 2 and 3. Sound good?
Okay.
All right. Anything you want to say before you get out of here?
Well, I guess if you didn't know, we do it on Instagram and both Facebook.
All right. There you go. All right, everybody. Part 1 of Cocktails and Closets, episode 6 is done. Grayson, go ahead and show them the...
Suitcase side?
Yep.
The suitcase side, as I said, has 3 suitcases and such as, yes. And wire racks for all the stuff that I'm going to wear sometime. And this side, however, has just probably the shorts that I wear for the springtime and during school, and other shirts I could just wear on other occasions or weekends.
Shorts season is coming.
It is.
Okay. All right, let's make our way over to...
Jackson and Jared.
All right.
Jackson.
We're walking.
Jared.
We're walking and we're talking.
Hello.
All right. Now, if you guys had ever... If you hadn't been in an almost teenager's room, then you're going to be in one here directly. And we're going to back this up and make sure that everybody is on the screen. And you can see we're a little bit more, what's the right word, you two?
A little bit more what?
Educated? No?
Sophisticated.
Sophisticated. Okay, so we're going for a sophisticated vibe in this 12, almost 13-year-old's room. What are we drinking tonight, boys?
Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. Hot cocoa number 2. What about you?
A cocktail.
And what's in this cocktail? Mocktail. Hold on. We're on live internet. We're drinking mocktails here. Jared, what's in your mocktail?
Pineapple. Maple. And a lime sugar rimmed glass. And the water.
There you go. So we have a maple, pineapple, lime flavored mocktail. Very sophisticated over here. All right. So please introduce yourselves.
I'll go first. I'm Jackson Crable. I'm turning 13 soon. Twin, closet.
You just had to introduce yourself. You don't have to introduce the closet.
Okay.
Okay, number 2.
I'm Jared, his slightly younger twin by 17 minutes. It doesn't count. It does. No, it doesn't.
Keep it going.
We're both 12, turning 13 in 3 months.
No, less than that.
2.5.
2.5. Okay. So, you two have shared a room ever since you were born. Yeah, right? Because you guys slept in the same crib for a long time when you came home, right?
Yeah.
How old were you when we moved to this house? We moved to this house in 2013. How old were you?
5, pre-K. Yeah.
I think you were wrapping up pre-K, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So
Last class.
So when we started the next school year, you started into kindergarten out here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've been in the same room the entire time, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's had a couple different looks to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? When we did the closets, and we had the same conversation with James. When we did your closet, do you remember what was in there before?
No. It was just a heap of trash and stuff from that we did not need.
Hold on a second. Parents, did you hear that? It was a heap of trash. I think a lot of parents can feel my pain as far as that goes.
We had metal shelves, easily just
The wire racking shelves, yeah.
wire rack shelves, bolted in. You had so many books piled up on it, it was sagging.
Now that's true. You're sensing a theme with books. They had so many books that it was pulling the screws and the nails out of the wall.
The Harry Potter's a good series.
It is. It's very, very thick books, right?
Yes.
Very thick books. So it was, we would have to play monkey move around, right? We would take books from this side and put them over here where there's a bigger screw. We would take spring stuff, from up top and bring it down below. Winter stuff, put it back up there. And they played football and they played baseball, so they have all these things that just kind of accumulated over time. And again, the parents who are watching this will sound very familiar. As your kids grow up, you accumulate more things, and the house doesn't get any bigger, so you just kind of stuff it in until it's a heap of what?
Trash.
Yeah,
Garbage.
there you go. A heap of trash garbage just like piled in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the things that we did, right? And I will say from the Birdie Brennan Custom Closets perspective, if you end up getting a closet system, we do demo work, we do patching and painting, so it all gets taken care of. Now I did that here, but it's always going to be that pattern. So let's talk about a couple things. There's door tracks up there, but you guys didn't want the doors back on. Why is that?
Before we had the new closets installed, you did not want to wake up in the morning and then just like, hello world, hello heap of trash stuffed into the closet, and I was starting to see horror movies, and having your dark closet open doesn't exactly compute with me. So, close. When it just looks so nice that you don't want to have 2 sliding doors that are just there.
Okay. This isn't unpaid advertisement. Did I tell you guys what to say today?
No.
What did I
No.
say?
Clean up
Just
your
have
room.
fun.
I clean up your room, but also let's just have fun with it. Let's just have a conversation, right? Okay. So we're just having a conversation. If they say it from out of the mouth of babes, right? Isn't that the line? Anyway. Okay. So we didn't want to put the doors back on. I agree with that. Now the doors were white. It would have added a little bit more light to the room. But I will say that they have done a very, very good job, and they've had them for about 3 months or so of
Winter break.
of keeping the areas in their closet more tidy, more put together, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
There's more room to put things. Well, I'm talking about over the time you've had this new closet? Or,
Yeah, just this
um,
closet.
There's so many, like, with our old closet, you kind of just piled stuff on, and whatever you threw on top became another shelf for the next thing to go on top. With this, there's things going all the way up to the ceiling and all the way up to the ground. I don't think you guys can see back there, but we have a fan, a family trophy that we won. That I won. We have a laundry bin back behind us. We have, what's that thing called? A wave board. Yeah, we have a wave board. Like, there's just so many things that you can put in it, and there's still drawers that we haven't filled.
So they are being truthful with this, right? One of the things that you do realize, especially with the wire racking, is that you only have a limited amount of space, right? Maybe you try and hang all of your t-shirts and all of your hoodies and all your sweatshirts and all your school shirts and sweaters.
Yeah.
And eventually, what does that do? It just ends up, pulling all those, that wire racking down. Well, in this case, we have 1, 2, 3 sections where things can get hung, and we're not even using the one right now, right?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, so we're not even using one of those. So again, as they grow, as they get older and bigger, right, they have more space for more things. The other part to this too is, if they get to the age where they need more long hang, or this room gets changed, or that we sell the house at some point, you can adjust this so you make this double hang section a long hang section. But everything from 2 dressers went into these drawers here. Again, we have books, we have sections for hats, we have our football jerseys, we have airsoft guns, we have playing cards. And then all the way at the top, where you don't really need a whole lot of things, that's where sleeping bags and old pillows and things like
Suitcases, blankets.
Yeah, all that stuff can go if you're not needing it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
So let me ask the two of you. Jarrett, we'll start with you. Favorite feature, favorite accessory, favorite part of what the new closet is?
I'm gonna say. That's hard. How much nicer the clothes hanger look on the built-in metal poles.
Okay.
I think you can also remove the poles too.
You can?
With our old closet, since it was just wiring, it was like you just throw a rack anywhere that a wire was. With this, it's way nicer. It offers way more space, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 lines to put.
Oh, there is. I forgot one of the hanging ones over here. All right, Jackson, your turn. What's the favorite accessory part section?
The free range of things you can put in here. About almost anything that you can hang up with a hanger, possible. You have 4 different sections, so I mean, like this dressed up in our brown jerseys. This one's school gear. This one jackets. It's just a wide variety of things you can do with it. We can have books up here. We can have pretty much anything. I mean.
Okay, so I didn't expect those answers, right? The free range answer, the hanging clothes answer. I don't think that we're out of the woods yet with the getting them to put their clothes on a hanger right away, right? We're still working on that. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Okay,
Still,
but we're getting better, right? And again, it's the immediacy, right? If you can see what you need to fix, then you have the ability to go and do that. And I think the hanging part does that. You know what my favorite part of this is?
Good.
No guesses?
Get to talk about it openly.
No, I mean the closet. Do you know what my favorite part of the closet is?
I was gonna say it not being. It adds more money to the house when you sell it. We're not moving out anytime
Okay.
soon.
Well,
That's
no,
true.
I mean that is true, but no, that's not what I was gonna say. I like the drawers the most. I like the drawers the most, and quite frankly, I think it's because of a couple issues. One, you guys can separate things, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections that
All
you
for
can put
different
stuff in. And for the first 2 months, it was drawing supplies and airsoft guns, right? Like,
Yes. Now
now-
it's closed.
Yeah, now we've gotten better with putting our clothes away inside of there, but you guys have the ability to do what you need to do with it.
Yeah.
And I think that as you go from Grayson's age or James' age, where he's 9 and he's coming up into where you guys are, and where you guys are going to be 13 going into your teenage years, right? You can make it be what you need it to be, and I think that growth and that adaptability and that change is something that's really helpful with it. You guys are staring at yourselves a lot tonight.
I mean, I do look good. Sort of.
I mean, he looks just like you.
Yeah, but with the tux.
I think he looks
Ripped
good.
jeans.
I think he looks good.
So, anything else?
What questions do you have for me? I mean, we're on a live feed right now, so you can ask me whatever question you got.
If we were to expand this, say, I know this is definitely not ever going to happen. If we were to expand this, tear down this wall between ours and James' room,
Okay.
and we have a bigger room, he can go somewhere else in the house. And would we be able to expand this, or do you think it would still fit all of our needs and clothes?
Well, being a former teenage boy, I would say that you're probably going to need more sweatpants. They don't call them sweatpants anymore, though, do they? What do they call them?
Sweats or
Joggers?
no, just sweats, pants,
I think they're called joggers.
pants.
Or the Scandinavian term of joggers. Anyway, I think it just depends, right? Now we have areas downtown or downstairs and outside where you can hang your backpacks, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think you'll ever need to bring that up here. But I mean, in theory, you might need a room for a desk at some point in time or a workstation.
Yeah.
And I'll actually tell you, we just did a job down in Upper Arlington where space was at a premium, and we were able to build a desk and a filing cabinet and closets with drawers on there, and you can make the most of a small space. But again, it's not that 1 rack, 2 rack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 areas to store things. 1, 2, 3, 4 areas to hang things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas to put stuff away. And so you're just using your space differently.
Yeah. Also, if you can't see, along the inside of these walls, there's little inserts where you can move the racks that our books are on. So you can move them down, you can move them up. Maybe you can
That's right.
put it down into maybe a desk. You can put it up so that if you have long dresses, I'm not gonna have any of those anytime soon, but in case you have very lengthy clothes, you can lift it up, you can move it down, you can stay just where you want.
Okay, so we're going to end this section of cocktails and closets and cocktails,
And hot cocoa,
and hot cocoa, and maple, lime, pineapple
water.
flavored mocktails. So if you have questions, if your kid has questions, if you want to see a design for your kid's room, if you want to talk to kids about closets, I got 3 who can do a pretty good job of talking your ear off about closets. All right, from the sophisticated, almost teenage room, it's about bedtime. So we'll talk to you. Yeah, I know. I'm
What's
embarrassing you guys live on social media.
What's this bedtime you speak of?
Anyway, all right, we're gonna close for tonight. You guys have any parting shots? You just want to say goodbye?
thank you for looking at our closet.
There you go. Bear?
Peace.
Peace.
Says
There you go.
Tune in next Thursday.